Now let us discuss the control statements. Here we have three types of control statements. Conditional statements, which can also be called as selection statements or decision making statements. Second one is loops or iteration statements. The third one is branch statements or jump statements. Under conditional statements, we have if and switch. Under loop statements, we have for, while, do while. Under branching statements, we have break, continue, return. So let us discuss conditional statements, in which we have if statement. So the syntax for if statement is if conditional expression, then its body will be executed if that condition is satisfied, else the body of else will be satisfied. Here a program which finds whether the given number is even or odd. You will be inputting a number through keyboard. It will test whether the entered number is even number or odd number. Nested if any if statement is enclosed within another if statement, that is known as nested if. So its syntax is if conditional expression 1, then if conditional expression 2, else. So here under first if conditional expression statement, second if conditional is enclosed. So that is the basic structure. So here we have a program to test whether a given number is positive or negative. So here the scanner class is in java.util.star package. So we need to import that package. It should be at the beginning of a program when you are going to use scanner class. So this scanner num equal to new scanner of system.in will take the inputs from the keyboard, and if it is integer, we need to write n num dot next int. If it is next int method invokes the number to integer n. If it is a floating point, we need to use next float method. If it is line, next line method we need to use accordingly. So this is the program with which we can test whether the given number is positive or negative using nested if statements. The if else if ladder. So here if condition, then that statement will be executed. Else if condition is satisfied, then that particular statement will be executed. Else if condition is satisfied, that statement will be executed. So likewise, you will have a ladder, a sequence of if else if statements, and based on this we can write a program to test whether a given character is vowel or consonant. So using throws IO exception concept, which is available in the package import java.io.star, we can input the character through the keyboard and it will be captured into the character ch. Then we can check using else if statements whether the entered character is vowel or consonant. The switch statement, its syntax is switch expression case value 1 its sequence, then it will have break statement, case value 2 statement sequence, it will have break statement, and so on. Case value n statement sequence, it will have break, and at the end we'll have default statement sequences. That is the basic syntax for switch. A sample program that tests whether a given character is vowel or consonant. So the same program which was written with throws IO exception, which was written with if else if statement, can also be written using switch statement. Here also we are using throws IO exception, so we need to import java.io.star at the beginning of the program. So this is the program which is written with switch. And another program which will give output whether the entered month number is in winter, spring, summer or autumn, or entered number is bogus month, which is written using switch. Nested switch statements like if else if, nested if, here also nested switch, that is inside the switch you will have another switch statement. So here syntax is outer switch, then inside that inner switch, end of inner switch, then end of outer switch. It has switch statement has three important features. The switch differs from the if in that switch can only test for equality, whereas if can evaluate any type of Boolean expression. That is, the switch looks only for a match between the value of the expression and one of its case constants. No two case constants in the same switch can have identical values. Of course, a switch statement and an enclosing outer switch can have case constants in common. A switch statement is usually more efficient than a set of nested ifs. Loops or iteration statements. Here we have while loop. So its syntax is while condition body of the loop, increment or decrement statement, body of the loop closes. So write a Java program to add all the numbers from 1 to 10 using while loop. So this is the program which adds all the numbers from 1 to 10. Then do while statement. So here do body of the loop, body of the loop closes, and while condition. So here the body of the loop will be executed before the condition is tested. That is the difference. Write a program to add all the numbers from 1 to 10 using do while loop. This is the program which is written using do while loop. Then we have a program that performs various operations like addition, subtraction and multiplication based on the number entered by the user, and it also displays the menu. So this is the program which does the above problem. This is written using throws IO exception. For statement, its syntax is for initialization semicolon condition semicolon iteration body of the loop. Write a program that adds from 1 to 10 using for loop. There are some important things about for loop. The interplay of the loop controlling variables can be done inside for loop. We can write any Boolean expression in place of condition for the second part of the loop. We can also run loop infinitely just by leaving all the three parts empty. For each version of the for loop. A for loop also provides another version which is called enhanced version of the for loop. General form of the for loop each will be as follows. For type iteration variable colon collection body of the loop. Write a program to add all the elements in the array. So it is for integer x colon a, where a is an array of type integer having width 10 and a equal to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So for integer x colon a, sum equal to sum plus x. Here a is an array of type integer. So you will get the sum of the values of the array. Branching statements. Here we have break, continue and return. Break statement, it terminates the statement sequence in a switch statement. Using break to exit a loop. So if you want to exit the loop, you can write a break statement. So this is sample program. If this condition, if I is equal to 10, then it will exit the loop. Using break as a form of goto break label. Example, if break, if t is true, then break second, break out of second block. Most often label is the name of the label that identifies a block of code. This can be a standalone block of code, but it can also be a block that is the target of another statement. When this form of break executes, control is transferred out of the named block. The label block must enclose the break statement. So here in this program, if t is true, then break second. So the second block, it will come out from the second block. This won't execute. This is after second block. This will be executed. Running the program, you will get output before the break. This is after second block. Continue statement. It is used to stop the current iteration and go back to continue with the next iteration. Sometimes it is useful to force an early iteration of a loop. That is, you might want to continue running the loop but stop processing the remainder of the code in its body for this particular iteration. In while and do while loops, a continuous statement causes control to be transferred directly to the conditional expression that controls the loop. In a for loop, control goes first to the iteration portion of the for statement and then to the conditional expression. For all three loops, any intermediate code is bypassed. Here is an example program that uses continue to cause two numbers to be printed on each line. If 5 modulus 5 is equal to 0. Continue. System dot out dot println I plus all numbers from 1 to 10 except 5 are printed as return statement. The last control statement is return. The return statement is used to explicitly return from a method. That is, it causes a program control to transfer back to the caller of the method. Is categorized as jump statement. Call the method. After computing the result, the control is transferred to the caller method. That main in this case.